I get it. No one likes paying taxes, but we are going to understand them, and specifically with Uncle Sam today and federal taxes. Here's a scenario we're rocking with today. A single filer who makes $75,000. They contribute 5% of their income to their 401k, and they are going to use the standard deduction. Let's find out how much federal tax they owe. First thing I need you to understand, this is what our federal tax brackets look like for 2025 for a single person in the USA. Now, you're going to notice a bunch of different tax rates and then kind of income levels here. Just because your income falls into one of these tax rates, you do not pay that tax rate for all of your income. We are a progressive system, so everyone pays the same amount of taxes as they go up in income. So on the first 12,000 of earnings, everyone pays 10%. Then on the next, 30-ish grand, you pay 12%. Everyone pays the same percentage as we go down that income ladder. Second thing to understand is the government's kind of nice to us. They give us what's called a standard deduction, which means if you make, let's just say in our example, $75,000 and you're single, they will actually, to the government, give you a free $15,000 to lower your income to $60,000 so that you have to pay less taxes. So hey, go government. Wrapping this into one little case study here, we have a single filer that makes $75,000. They put $3,750 in a 401k, which is important because when you contribute to a 401k, it lowers the amount of tax you owe in that current year to the government. We went through that standard deduction of $15,000, and once we take the income minus the 401k minus the standard deduction, we get what's called taxable income. That's how much tax we have to pay for this current year. So now we got to go find this $56,250 in those tax brackets. Here are those same brackets, and so where the $56,000 falls is in this 22% tax bracket. It doesn't mean you have to pay 22% tax on everything, just the amount that falls in this bracket of income. You would have paid 10% and 12% prior to the final 22%. You do that math, you end up owing $7,289 of federal tax on this amount of taxable income, and that is a blended tax rate of 9.72, much lower than your 22% bracket you ended in. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how for a $75,000 single filer who takes a standard deduction and has some 401k contributions finds out their federal tax rate. I know it's a lot, but relax. We're learning, and we're trying to do that little bits at a time. Chris Lee, Everyday Finance. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.